had this Cajun food truck and told me how he makes his Cajun seasoning. If it's like 2 tablespoons and also another little splash, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. In case you haven't noticed, I use a lot of garlic powder. I apologize if the camera rocks a lot. I don't have a tripod or a camera person, so I have to strap it to myself. And sometimes I go a little crazy. I'm gonna need a knife too. I probably need this knife. I'll take this one too, just in case. You know, that paprika is almost empty. Let's just dump the rest of that in there. Okay. Now, my wife got parboiled rice. I like to use long grain non-parboiled rice because I like this starch to kind of thicken up the jambalaya. And I will also toast the rice prior to that, so you don't need to wash it. I'm still gonna toast this anyway, but it's not gonna do the same thing as if it was just long grain rice. So just pretend that this says long grain and it isn't parboiled. One thing I learned over the years is never use this with gloves, because once your fingers start getting close, it'll start tearing pieces of rubber off of that. Those are pretty massive. I think I might just save these and just do those 2 big ones. You can do it facing up if you need to gauge how much you're doing it, if you don't need to use a whole clove, but I'm using all of these, so you can do it down or up. So however you want to do it. So just a habit I picked up over the years from working in restaurants. I keep a bowl up here for trash, so I don't have to walk to the trash every time. Then I can just throw it all away at once. So that's gonna go in. Always check for stickers. There's a secret ingredient that most true gumbo and jambalaya might use, and I'm not using it today. So in the comments, I want you to write down what you think that secret ingredient is. I'm trying to cut a little bit slower so I don't rock the camera too much. This doesn't have to be perfect. This is just what's called a rough chop. This is part of the Trinity. So we got some flat leaf. Some of that's not doing so hot. I can still use some of this. This is either, you call it flat leaf or Italian parsley. Show you guys something. Might have been curious at the beginning of this why I had a fork in my knife bag. Put that up just a little bit tighter. So this works a lot better with the curly stuff, but it's a really good way to de-stem your parsley. This works with cilantro too. Then what I'll do is I'll take this off, and then I'll just kind of give this a little once over. So my knife was so sharp, I didn't even notice this, but I kind of nicked myself when I was cutting the parsley. So I got myself a Wubba Fett Band-Aid. So I'm gonna add all this stuff and get it sweating. This stuff we're gonna leave is kind of like a little garnish on top. Oh, I guess that's yours. Notice I keep this on low, like between low and 2, like almost like low and a half. I want it to spend time simmering. And this right here, this is what I want it to start looking like. So that's pretty much where I want it. I don't want them too crispy. Just gonna hit it with a tiny bit more of that. Now essentially all we're gonna do from here on out is adjust how watery or thick it is. I'm gonna let this water cook off and reduce a little bit more. And that's going to improve the flavor. And then once this is reduced a little bit more, then it's going to be good to go. All right, let's give it a taste. All right, this is our final go. We're going to get a piece of this. little piece of chicken. I'm gonna let this cool down a little bit. I'm not gonna try this, but I know who is gonna try it. Don't worry, you'll be off camera. Okay, scale of 1 to 10. And that's with your dad being born and raised in Louisiana.
It was very, very, very close. It really needs to simmer a little bit longer, but not pretty fucking close.
All right. Cool.
This is fucking legit.
Yeah, we're gonna simmer this and let this reduce just a little bit more.
Please do not eat all of it like the last time.
Oh, I've got there's a shitload in here.
Could be my breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All right, so I'm gonna let that simmer on the lowest of low settings with the lid off, probably about another 10 minutes or so, and then it'll be ready. That's my roux-less chicken and sausage jambalaya. Like I said, you can use an oil and flour roux if you want to, or whatever thickening agent you want. I prefer to just let it reduce. All the ingredients here, like all the rice and veggies and everything, cost about 20 bucks, including the sausage, the chicken. This is literally just a cheap Pinot Grigio. It actually pairs really well with the jambalaya. So for about 35 bucks, you could make like all of that, dude. Like that's a lot of food. That'll feed, I mean, we got 4 people, so this is way more than you need. I'll post the recipe in the description, but otherwise you guys have an awesome and amazing day, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.